The position property specifies the type of positioning method used for an element. There are 5 types of position property for elements, which is static, relative, fixed, absolute, and sticky. Elements are then positioned using the top, bottom, left, and right properties. However, these properties will not work unless the position property is set first. They also work differently depending on the position value. So first, let's talk about the static position property. First, let's see our web page. As you can see, this is our web page. This is the default. First, let's check, did I add any position? Yes, static. First, let's comment this and let's save this. So as you can see, this is the default position that browser set for your element in a web page. So the static position is the same. The HTML element are positioned static by default. Static positioned elements are not affected by the top, bottom, left, and the right properties. So first, let's check this, whether it add any changes or not. Top, left, let's add this, right, and let's add bottom as well. So now let's save this, let's check. See, nothing happened because by using the static position, top, left, right, bottom, changes will never happen. Default position. So now let's clear this. An element with the position static is not positioned in any special way. It is always positioned according to the normal flow of the page. So hope it's clear for you. And now let's jump over to the another. An HTML with the position relative is positioned relative to its normal position, and the setting the top, right, bottom, and left properties of the relative position elements will case to be adjusted away from its normal position. Other content will not be adjusted to fit into the gap left by the element. So now let's use the position relative. By using the position relative, you can adjust top, left, right, and bottom spaces. For example, let's add top will be 20 pixel, left will be 30 pixel, bottom 30 as well. Now let's save this. Now let's check. As you can see, the element position is changed. Now let's check. Let's add for left, let's add 130. It will clear for you, as you can see. So by using the position relative, you can add changes by using the top, left, bottom, right properties. So this is the use of relative position, and it's also the normal position for elements in HTML. The other value is the fixed value. An element with position fixed is position relative to the viewport, which means it always stay in the same place even if the page is scrolled. The top, right, bottom, and left properties are used to position the element. Instead of relative, we use fixed position. The fixed position where the element will stay in its place even when we scroll down the page. So as you can see, we are going to scroll down the page, but this element is fixed in its place. It's not going to move another place. So now so the changes, as you can see here, is the top, left, bottom can add changes into this element by using this fixed value. So now let's remove these changes. Let's save. Now let's check. So as you can see, the position property with the fixed value. When we scroll down, element with a fixed position fixed property will not going to be scrolled. It is fixed in its place. A fixed element does not leave a gap. As you can see, there is no gap. There is no free space around here in the page where it would normally have been located. And the next, we have absolute. Position absolute. An element with the position absolute is positioned relative with the nearest positioned ancestor instead of the positioned relative to viewport like fixed. Let's add here an element. Let's add a div, abs div. Let's add a text here for the div. This div element has position relative. Now let's copy and paste it here. And now we can say position absolute. I'll save this. Now let's first refresh our page. As you can see there, let me add some, let's add some space. Here you go. As you can see, this is the first one is relative. I'm going to add some changes, position this relative, and the second one will be absolute. Now let's jump over here. Let's change this rel, and the second one will be abs. So first let's copy this, and now let's jump over to the, so first I'm going to add the border 2px solid black, and now let's add the position. So the first one, position, is relative, and padding 20 pixels. So that's it. Now let's see the changes. As you can see, this is element which position is relative. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the second element, and let's add a border for this as well, 2px. Let's add a position absolute, and now let's add padding 20 pixels. Let's save this. Now let's check. So as you can see, the absolute position will change to be a relative by its near relative property. So hope you understand. And the next topic is sticky. An element with a position sticky is position based on the user scroll position. The sticky element toggles between relative and fixed depending on the scroll position. It is positioned relative until a given offset position is made to the viewport. Then it's sticky in the place, like position fixed. Yes, the sticky position is the combination of relative and fixed. It is same like the fixed position, but it's also the relative position, the combination of two position. So let's check. Let's remove this, and now the sticky position is the combination of relative and fixed position. So as you can see, when we scroll down, see this element is fixed in its place, but when we scroll up, as you can see, we can see the position of the element takes the default position using the relative. As you can see, it's a normal position. So when we add some changes here, also specify at least one of the top, right, bottom, or left for sticky position to work. In here I have added the top, just a top. A sticky element toggles between a relative and fixed depending on the scroll position. It is position relative until a give often position is made to the viewport. Then it sticks in a place like fixed position. So hope you understand. Thank you guys for watching. If you think you learned something from this video, please leave the comment and hit the like button, and also subscribe this YouTube channel to help. It will help me to make more useful content for you. So hope you enjoy. Thank you guys for watching.